So about a year ago, I'm sure everybody has heard, but the Swiss government allowed suicide pods pretty much to be allowed in their country. People to commit suicide to pay a certain amount of money, etc. And obviously, people going from around the world to it, and of course, there's three Irish citizens after doing it, unfortunately. And the worst part of it all is that their family never knew a bit of it. The people that, take for example, there's a case in Cavan of a woman 58 that went over to Switzerland, said she was going on holidays to Lithuania, went over to Switzerland and ended her life, and they only got a notification that their mother was dead through WhatsApp. Just think about that for a second. Imagine, it's unbelievable. But not even that. We should be summoning the Swiss ambassador to Ireland and demanding, in no uncertain terms, because it's a private clinic, but the Swiss government have a role in it because the Swiss government legalised it, demanding that any Irish citizen, that no Irish citizen should be allowed to do it in the first place, go over there and do it, to go into a suicide pod. I don't think we should allow it. It's not legal. It's not allowed here, and it shouldn't be allowed for Irish citizens to go over, particularly when their families. In the three cases, pretty much the families didn't know about it. It was only the person who knew about it, and the families didn't know about it. So it's very peculiar why they didn't tell the families. And I would like to know, is the clinics telling them not to tell their families or something? And particularly, there was an investigation done by the Irish Mirror saying about they were letting the family members, the next of kin, know about the decision that they were going to commit suicide, etc., in the suicide pod. But it seems to be lies. It seems that the clinic's not talking to the next of kin, etc. So there's a huge amount of stuff to be asked, and I think we should summon the Minister for Foreign Affairs, Simon Harris. He's somebody to be talking to, but I think there should be someone. The Taoiseach should be someone in the Swiss ambassador to demand answers. And of course, we should probably demand. We should be probably putting action in place too, to sanction the Swiss government if this continues. And I would say economic sanctions. All they can do it if we wanted to do it, to make them comply. Um, because it's a very serious thing. If we had loads of Irish people going over, it's devastating. It's a devastating thing. Particularly again, a lot of the families didn't know about it, and the company in general too is, in my family, is up to very shifty stuff, and this, but it is a sad state of affairs. Again, our three citizens are dead because of this, um, so it is a sad state of affairs, and we should not be letting it happen. Now, obviously, we can't ban travel to Switzerland or stuff like that. We can't go that far. But saying to the Swiss government, because I'm sure the Swiss government have a say in it, because they did legalise it, the Swiss government had to legalise it for it to be an operational. And they can do it in the morning, they can criminalise it tomorrow if they wanted to. Um, and the same with the company involved. We should be saying as the Irish state that we will come after you if you allow any Irish citizen to do this. Because I don't think it's right, to be totally honest. Now, there's some cases, one of the cases involved, one of the cases, not talking about the Gavin person, but one of the cases was a woman that lost her son, and obviously that's a very tragic event, but I don't think it's the right course of call, to be totally honest. I suppose I'm not the higher judge of this, but I don't think it's right, particularly that, say, for example, a man or a woman now, say, for example, in Cavan now, can just go in the morning off to Switzerland and end their life without their family knowing, without their friends knowing, and get a message on WhatsApp. I don't think that's right. Um, but there's many questions to be asked here. And I do think they need to be asked because in my opinion, there's a lot of shifty stuff going on with this company. And they should be looked into, and I think Garda Síochána should be looking into them too. Because they're up to something doesn't sit right, to be totally honest, in what I'm looking at. And in terms of what's been said in these three cases, that there was letters and there was emails and there was things and this, that and the other was done, but none of it seemed to be done. So it seems to be a load of lies from this company, as far as I can gather. But I suppose let me know what you think. It's a very sensitive, like, don't get me wrong, it's a very sensitive topic, and I don't want to be coming across because this is a very sensitive subject. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you about it. This is a sensitive subject. And I don't know, am I the higher authority to be speaking on this, but I'm just giving my view that whatever they want to do in Switzerland, they can do it over there. But I don't think it should be allowed for foreign citizens, including Irish citizens, to go over and do it. They can do it in their own country if they want. That's up to the people of Switzerland to argue about. But what I'm arguing about is Irish citizens never had the option to vote, to say, yeah, we allow this. And it's criminalised here at the moment, assisted suicide, etc. So I don't know. I suppose I'm not the higher authority here, but what I'm trying to say is we do have to have a discussion about it, and I do think someone in the Swiss ambassador would be the first port of call to demand, why these things, why is Irish citizens not, like, take for example, they should have to be, the family notified, etc., etc., the next of kin, instead of getting messages on WhatsApp to say that the mother's deceased and to collect her ashes. It's unbelievable. And of course, it should be their own citizens, Switzerland. It shouldn't be for the wider European public, and etc., etc. But I suppose it's, as I say, I'm not the higher authority. I'm not Almighty God. But I do think we should have a discussion about it in Ireland. About should this be allowed to happen to Irish citizens, even though it's the consent, etc. I don't know. I don't know. It's a very sensitive topic. Don't get me wrong, and I feel very sorry for the family involved with this Campbell woman, and of course the other two families too. Very, very sorry for them, because none of them seem to know anything that they were going on holidays. In this case, they didn't even know the mother was dead. So imagine getting that WhatsApp message. Like, I could only imagine myself. You never be right. You never be right. Like, seeing that message on your phone. You never be able to get over that. So I pray for the families involved. But yeah, I suppose let me know what you think. It is a very sensitive. Don't get me wrong. It is a very, very sensitive topic, and I think we should treat it with some kind of dignity and respect, because it is a very sensitive thing. But I'm just going to give my view again. Don't shoot me for my opinion, but I don't think it's right that Irish citizens can just waltz off to Switzerland and do it. You'd be told that side. I don't think so. I don't think it's right. Unless the Irish people have an option to vote on it. I don't think it's right. But let me know what you think. Subscribe for more, and bye.